but he's a fun-loving guy, man. He loves everybody around him, and I'm just happy to be his teammate.
Is it a little different this year? Like not, I mean, he kind of assume he's the star. You know, is it different like him come in like knowing that you're probably the backup?
Oh no, the preparation stays the same. I'm still preparing for whenever my opportunity does present itself, because I still believe I'm a starting quarterback in this league. But right now, my role is to serve Derek and be the best teammate I can to with my role on this team.
Jameis, this is the first time we've had a chance to talk to you. What to that end of wanting to be a starting quarterback in the league? What made this the right situation for you?
Oh, well, it's just very familiar. I trust this organization. I believe in this team that we have. Great defense, great offense, and last year, we had a lot of opportunities to break open some games. But with the addition of Derek, I think he's going to bring a lot of good things to this team.
How do you feel?
I'm getting healthy, man, but I feel good. I'm still working. It's going to be a working process, but I'm just excited that it's football season. I'm excited that we get to go out there and toss the ball around, and everyone just is back. It's getting closer to my dream, man.
Which injury still has to get back to 100%? Which ones?
Well, just I think the main thing is my overall health. So I'm just going to continue to work on that. I can't really get particular with you on because overcompensation of other things has opened up other stuff. But the main thing is just focusing on getting back holistically healthy so I can be my best when the opportunity presents itself.
What have been your early impressions of Derek?
I think he's a fun-loving guy. I think he's a great leader. He's relatable to everybody. He's high energy, and he's just very bright.
What are some things about him that you learned that you didn't know, like before he got here?
It's not much that I didn't know about him. Me and him are pretty close until when we came into this league. So I always look from afar. I always admire him as a quarterback, and he's done some great things. I'm just happy that he gets the opportunity to have a great defense and get a chance to team up with Pete Carmichael in this offensive scheme and do what he does best, and that's throw that ball.
You said you trust this organization. You're familiar with this organization. Was there anything that had to be mended, or sit down and talk and feel good about, where you two were after last year? I know there was some question about, your role and how it was communicated to you and stuff. What made you feel really good about that?
Well, because I think whether it's upstairs or in my accountability is to the best ability is availability. And the past 3 years or so, I've been banged up. So the leadership, they have to continue to move forward. And I just know when I first got here into this organization that we were gonna have some of the top players. We were gonna have some of the best coaches. So in terms of trusting this organization, I just know this organization, especially during the Sean Payton era, has been very successful, and Dennis has basically carried that over because he is built to be a successful head coach. So for me, my accountability is just focusing on my health and being ready when that opportunity presents itself.
Is there anything you're doing differently, just training-wise, to help get healthier? Like
the biggest thing is, like, man, I just had some rough injuries. It takes time with those things, but obviously just my training regimen isn't as strenuous as it has been over the past few years, just to get some mobility things and things like that. But what's important is that we're back playing football and we're here. So once you're here, you gotta show up and show out.
Jameis, is there anything that you learned about yourself since you signed with the Saints throughout the years?
Well, I mean, I think I learned something about myself every single year. But one thing that just continues to show up is that this game is bigger than you. So humility and understanding where you at in terms of in the present moment, being able to fulfill and be all in on where you at, where your feet are in the moment is very important. Instead of worrying about your past or worrying about your future, but focusing on where you at right now and taking advantage of that moment.
Who's helped you the most through that process?
My faith. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Jesus Christ has helped me through that, because without my faith, without some great friends, some great Christ-loving friends having my back, it would have been challenging. But that's my biggest foundation right now.
DeMario was preaching earlier. You ever talk to him about that?
Oh, absolutely. We have some great brothers of Christ on this team, man, and he's one of them. He's a very great leader for us, and him even being in Cleveland, having some been on some unfortunate teams. Like, he knows what it is to be on the championship team. He knows what it is to be in a spot that he necessarily don't want to be in. But just how resilient he's been over the course of his career just proves that he's worth all the salt.
James, I was going to use the word humility. What does it say about your humility that you're able to take a role that on paper is a backup job, and is that something you think you would have always been able to do earlier?
Well, the main thing is the opportunity, and I'm just grateful every chance I get an opportunity to step in a building and be able to play a sport that I love. However, I know that I'm still a starting quarterback in this league. But man, I have to be like, this is all a process. I mean, it's some Hall of Famers that made their big break at 30. So I'm still young. I'm still 29. But right now, my role is to serve this team in the role that I'm in, and I'm all in to doing that, man. Because again, I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to still wear a Saints uniform, or to be in the NFL in general.
Is there anything that this offseason, I mean, I know you wanted to fight through a lot of those injuries that it's just made you feel like, oh man, I haven't felt this good in a couple of years. I mean,
yeah, I'm telling you, man, I'm still building. Like, it's not something where I'm just like, oh man, it's a breath of fresh air, man. I'm pressing. Like, this is something that's ongoing with me, because I want to feel like I felt when I first got in this league, like fresh legs, and not playing has allowed me to have some of that rest instead of the pound and wear and tear. But the rehab and the other things, man, that takes away from developing on the field. So just getting back into the rhythm on the field of being able to move how I want to move on the field, instead of overcompensating different things and making inefficient movements. Man, that's the biggest thing that I'm just trying to get back to, being 100% healthy, so that I can play like I'm capable of playing every single snap.
James, what would be the ideal outcome for you this season?
Oh, us win the Super Bowl. I mean, that's the ultimate outcome, and that's the only outcome that matters to this team.
Does it feel weird being that now you are the old guy in the quarterback room? Does that kind of feel like, is that kind of weird?
I'm
being
still not the old guy in the quarterback room. I mean, Jake is
in
like
terms of this system,
3 years younger than me. No. In terms of the system, I think it is. It should just show, me being in this system for 3 years now. I'm fortunate to have worked with Pete and have seen how this offense has, remained consistent. But I'm very excited to see and experience the new things that Derek brings to us. Because I think every single time you have to cater to your quarterback, and he's been a veteran in this league for a long time. So I'm just interested to continue to talk football with him and see how Pete Carmichael is going to make this offense shine again.
James, how strange is it when you just look around this division now, how the quarterback room has changed amongst all 4 teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's the NFL. They say not for long. You could be in and out of this league, but I'm happy and grateful. That I know we got the best quarterback room in the NFL. By far. But this division is wide open, and winning the division championship is on our mind. Like, we have to do that, and we have a veteran quarterback. I mean, we probably have the oldest quarterback room throughout the division. So this is a great opportunity for us to just take our highs and build on it.
Did you look at that? I was going to ask about that, and you mentioned some Hall of Famers took off at age 30. I mean, did you look at that tactically at the quarterback position? I know Geno Smith comes to mind, but just like, you can be patient at this position and have time to not try to rush into where's my first chance to get on the field.
Well, it's to each his own. Everyone has different journeys in this league, but it's challenging to be an NFL quarterback, and when you have the opportunity to be a starring NFL quarterback, you want to make the most of it. I just had some unfortunate injuries over the past 3 years, so this is where I'm at. Yeah. But this is not where I visualize being in the near future. But where I'm at right now is focusing on getting healthy. It's focusing on taking advantage of this opportunity that I have to serve Derek, to serve this team, and serve this organization the best that I can.
James, what was your impression from John Gruden's visit last week? Was he able to give you all any new perspective?
Yeah, I just think anytime you get one of the greatest minds in NFL history to come in and spend some time with you, you just soak up everything that you can possibly soak up. And I just think his presence and his approach to the game is something that I really took in. You know, he talked about that sit with me specifically is just about being a bobblehead quarterback. You know, not being able to say what you really like, being able to confirm what you really love about a concept or a certain play, and not just saying yes, I'm fine with it. And that's something that really resonated with me.
I've never heard that term.
Yeah,
The
well,
bobblehead
he probably has a lot of different terms, man. But I'm just grateful that he was able to come in and share some of that information with us.
So do you ever feel like that? Like you weren't able to kind of completely express yourself like in earlier years? Was that what he was saying? Like, I guess be more confident in saying what you like and don't like?
Well, no, it's me. We have a lot. We have a lot on our plate, but we have the choice to say, hey, I like this, or hey, I don't like that. And sometimes when you believe that you could do anything during any moment, you might like a play, but you might not necessarily love a play. And obviously, as a play caller, you want to call plays that your quarterback loves. And just that communication, that direct communication with your offensive coordinator about what you really love, allows him to go into a game with no stress about, because like the quarterback, he loves these plays. He doesn't just like them. And when you can have that accountability with a play, you go out there and execute it better.